Welcome back. I'm Wave Punk, and this is day 105 of producing for a year, and we've got pretty much a complete track on our hands, folks. I'm a little bit torn on what the best way to show a track like this when I kind of get it done is. I could do a full walkthrough video. Let me know if you guys want that. But before I play the whole track through, I'll just kind of walk through some of the new elements from yesterday to show you guys. The main one is this Mr. Funky track, which sounds like that. This is a sound I imported from my old 2012 MacBook that I think it's a default patch over from Logic X, and I just love that sound so much, and it really is just a fun lead to play around with. So this is a very improvisational, completely unquantized performance, though. Man, my notes at the beginning are pretty solid there. Nice, pretty rainbow tail down here. Honestly, I'll probably go back and re-perform this a few times before I label this as done, but this was good enough for today. This is a wonderful little improvisational melody that I'll point out when we get to that section of the piece. Other than that, pretty much everything is things you have heard before. The end, this very end section, I take some of the ideas that we had going on simultaneously, and I have this one cut out halfway through. I have this one move from being in the middle, or being in your left ear, to being in the middle. And I also have the choir tremolo depth increase to kind of have it take out some of the space it's holding there. And then, yeah, this last bit is just the very first melody for the first like 2 measures of it, but just with a delay on it to kind of have it take up a little bit of space. So I'll talk through a little bit of elements while we play it through here. We start very, very chiptune with some fun counterpoint going on in these 2 melodies. And accompanied by a simple kind of almost Alberti style accompaniment of arpeggios. And then a simple noise generation with some automation on volume and pitch happens as a hi-hat here. And then we're going to start using some other noise and as a snare, and a triangle wave as a kick. And our percussion expands out, while a very non-chiptune element of kind of a sub-bass here in Alchemy, this analog dark bass, which is one of my favorite sounds, becomes the bass. Melodically, though, we're doing the exact same thing we just did. A couple things are about to change in this next section. We're going to have this 8-bit chug come in, which is going to add a lot of space, and we're going to change our accompaniment to a different sound, and our leads to a different sound and a different melody. Sounds a little bit more detailed, a little bit more modern, as we are slowly moving away from pure chiptune to a little bit more interesting sounds. We also add this ride cymbal in. Create some extra texture. New melody stuff. This melody is our bottom counterpoint line from the first melody, but with different square waves taking over and with a little bit more echo. Now the bass cut out for a section, and now it's coming back in. Building energy as we get to the back half of the piece. About halfway through right now. Risers and effects here can help expand the space, and then 2 different sounds down here with the 8-bit chugs and this choir, adding a lot of space. At the same time as we have kind of contrapuntal harmonic accompaniment lines. all of it combines really well. Our drums also went to a halftime groove with a more detailed kick drum. This was the kick drum now. That was Mr. Funky. We'll have that actually fade out and have the echo come in, the reverb come in to kind of give a better tail. And now we're ending. No bass. This is where this accompaniment is going to fall out. This one's going to take over in the middle. No more ride cymbal. Next thing we're going to lose the snare. And then everything is the original melody takes over for just a second. Just kind of bookend the piece. And that's the end. I might add some sort of effect here to kind of like make this kind of scrunch down. If you've been watching the channel for a little while, you might remember the bit crush transition we did in the boss fight track. I might try and do something similar to that here, just make it like I'm down the bum instead of having it just kind of drop off there. And like I was saying in the middle of the track, Mr. Funky needs some help at the end to have it kind of mesh back into the track instead of having it just kind of die. And I might, again, I'm probably gonna replay that melody a few times. Yeah, as far as production elements go, we used a limiter to kind of give us a little bit of a gain boost. Generally, we're sitting pretty comfortably with all the LUFs in kind of the -14 range. I could try and boost it up even more at this point and kind of give it a nice just buff of sound. I don't know, but I kind of like the way it sounds. I do need to do some mixing to kind of get everything more leveled out, but in general, I'm pretty happy with the piece. So if there's any questions you guys have about this piece or anything that you would like me to kind of go into detail more, or just ways you'd like me to shoot these videos differently, please let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching though, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.